Justice is coming. And it's not Rudy that you have to be scared of. And it's not Mr. Ernie Land that you have to be scared of. It's the wrath of God Almighty. God Almighty is going to see that you pay. And we've got an embargo on mainstream press, and Kent Hovind can't get on mainstream press. And even the hero of conspiracy theories, Alex Jones, don't want to touch him. Don't talk about Rebecca Horton, who wanted the land and turned you in for 30 pieces of silver and filthy lucre. If I have to spend the rest of my life and everything, all of my treasure, Judge Margaret Casey Rogers, Pamela C. Marsh, and Tiffany Hope Eggers, you're going to get what's coming. If I have to spend the rest of my life, you will get what's coming. That man, this week, he spent 2 days in solitary. He slept on a mat on the floor in an crowded cell that was quarantined for scabies. They had to come in and disinfect his cell because he had scabies in the cell. He was sleeping on the floor on a mat. He can't even have a Christian company because people are fighting around him all the time. When he speaks to me on the phone, he has to kneel down on one knee because only one of the 3 phones in a cell of 43 prisoners has a chair. But he didn't get guilty on any of the mail fraud charges. He got guilty on a contempt of court order from 6 to 8 years ago. Now everybody's watching you, Miss Judge Margaret Casey Rogers. Everybody's watching you. Are you going to be hard on the man? Are you going to be lenient? Do you think he's going to beg you for leniency? You are one evil, wicked lady. The way you manipulated that jury selection and you did that psychological mind control and had everybody confessing their sins, and you stressing the military service of not only the person you ask but their spouse. Man, you really knew how to work the crowd. You can tell you've had a little bit of experience at this. But I tell you what, Judge Margaret Casey Rogers, you ain't gonna get away with it. And just like Tiffany is going to be the most famous U.S. attorney in all of America, you're going to be the most famous federal court judge in all of America. Guaranteed. I heard there's a place where you can rate federal judges, and I heard you've moved into the top 10 worst federal judges in all of America. Is that true? I heard that's the case. You're going to be number 1 worst by the time it's over with, I guarantee you. You guys think you're going to squash this, and people are trying to appeal and write you so that you'll be lenient? I ain't going to be lenient. Kent Hovind will do whatever Kent Hovind does, and I do pray that he gets out of prison. But it ain't going to be because we appeal to your mercy, because you don't have any. I saw through you. This last 2 weeks was a complete demonstration of who you are, and you are one evil, evil lady. You're one of the most evil, wicked ladies that I've ever came in contact with. And you have no compassion for Kent Hovind, the fact that he's already spent 8 years in prison. And you have shown that. And the way that you manipulated this entire court, and you tried to give the appearance of being fair, while at the same time biasing every single situation against him. See, what you did to Kent Hovind is going to come back on you. And I guarantee it will. And you're going to be exposed. You and your Jezebel prosecutor, Tiffany Hope Eggers, and your twerp, little man IRS agent Scott Snyder, and your dead weight, I've had too many potatoes for lunch, J. Ryan Love. The only one who had any sense was Pamela C. Marsh, who at least had enough sense not to show up. What are you going to do when you start getting exposed for what you've done to Kent Hovind, and people start realizing that you guys stole his property and misapplied structuring laws, and you seized his property and you manipulated the jury in such a way that they didn't have the full knowledge of the situation, and they felt, like they were trying to appease some sort of mind control crap that you pulled in that whole jury selection process. I remember when Judge Margaret Casey Rogers said something to the effect of, "The judgment of this federal court is the final judgment in perpetuity." Hey, Judge Margaret Casey Rogers, do you think your judgment is the final judgment? Do you really think that? Because I don't think it's the final judgment, girlfriend. I don't think it's the final judgment whatsoever.